Hey dolls, it is cherry blossom time here in Macon, Georgia, so I decided that I wanted to do some spring colors. One of my favorite colors is purple. I actually like all the colors, but purple, in particular is one of my favorite colors, so I decided to do something with a little color today. I'm rocking my blue earrings. I got that pink on. It's an NYX or NYX color. If you guys want to see how I created this look, stay tuned for the video and always like, share, and please subscribe. Okay, stay tuned. Okay guys, so here I'm going to start with my brows. I always use a dark brown brow pencil just because it's more natural and black looks a little bit too harsh. So I'm just filling in my brows like I usually do. Now I take an angled brow brush here and I kind of fill in towards the bridge of the nose. I use that brush to kind of pull the color into the bridge of the nose to make the brows look a little bit more natural. I unfortunately wasn't blessed with brows, so I just kind of got to make it where I can. Now here I'm using a LA Pro Girl concealer in the color Cool Tan, and I'm just going to define my brows with this, clean my brows up, define my brows, and I'm going to spread this color over my entire eyelid to create a base for my eyeshadow a little bit later on. And I really like these concealers because they're super creamy and smooth and they blend really, really well. Now this is the same LA Girl Pro concealer, but this color is in the shade of Fawn, and I'm going to use this to kind of highlight up under my up under my eyes and along the bridge of my nose and my T-zone area. So I'm kind of concealing and highlighting at the same time. Now I like to do my concealing before to give it more of a softer look or softer appearance when I get done, as opposed to doing it on top. Some people do their highlighting on top. I like to do mine up underneath. Now if I'm doing anything like print or TV or film, then I'll go ahead on and do it on top to make it a little bit more bold. And I just blend out. I love the little small blending sponges because I can get into the little small areas. I have small eyes, so I like to use the smaller sponge to get into those areas as well. And I always wet my sponge too. That helps the product move around a lot better. And today, actually, I'm going to airbrush my foundation. I normally airbrush my foundation anyway, and I'm using the colors in Nutmeg and Almond, and I mix those two colors together. These are from Dinair, and this is the Colair, which is the medium to full coverage. And I just spray my face every day. It's 100% water-based product, so it's natural. I love everything natural. And it's waterproof, so it actually stays on your face. It's waterproof, smudge-proof, so you don't have to worry about it wiping off on anything. And actually, when I do all of my clients, I always airbrush my clients as well. So I love, love, love airbrush. And it's super quick. Now, I'm going to take the Yellow Banana Powder by Ben & I and the CoverGirl Translucent Loose Powder in the shade of Honey. And I mix those two together. And I'm just going to do what they call bake up under my eyes. And, of course, down the T-zone area and on my cheekbones. Now, I put a lot down there just in case I have any fallout from my eyeshadow. And you'll see later in the video, I can kind of just dust it off. But I like to put quite a bit down there. And that's why I mix the translucent powder with it, so that it doesn't become too hard of a line when I get ready to blend out. It just blends out really smooth. So it serves as a great highlight as well as a mattifying. Now I'm going to go in with, this is an eye primer in the shade of Medium. We actually sell this here at my store at the Naturalista in Macon, but I'm going to go in with a little bit of that. Now this product is wonderful because it does not fade and it does not crease. It makes your eye colors pop out a lot more. It's very creamy and it dries to a matte finish, so you have to use it really quickly. Now this shade is a color that we sell here as well. This is called Unicorn, and it's a loose, very, very highly shimmery pink shadow. I really, really love it. I use it a lot sometimes on my brow bone, obviously on my lid. But I'm going to spread this color on the inner corners of my eyes and just kind of blend out. Now once I have it on both eyes, I just give it a look and make sure it's nice and even and it's not creasing anywhere. And then I'm going to go in with, this is a fatter, wider blending brush. It's actually an LA Girl Pro brush and I really, really like it. And I'm going to use a color, it's like a mustard yellow in the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm going to use that to kind of go in with transition, as a transition shade, to blend that in and make it a smooth transition. And I'll do that on both eyes as well. And that kind of helps the color not to be so harsh when you're putting it on, because you can always build up to a darker eye look as opposed to going too dark in the beginning. Now I'm using a purple, a matte purple actually, out of that BH Cosmetics palette. I think it's the one with 122 shades. It's the 5th edition BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And they have this gorgeous matte purple in that palette, so that's what I'm using here. And because I have hooded eyes, I have to place my eyeshadow a little differently than I would for somebody else that has maybe a wider eyelid or sloped eyes or almond-shaped eyes. Mine's are hooded, meaning I don't have very much eyelid to work with. So I just kind of have to work with what I got. So I like to use this particular brush. This is a precision brush by Crown. And I like to place my product first and then blend. So I'm going back in with that same fat brush, the LA Girl Pro brush. And I'm just going to kind of blend that color out. And I'm going to layer the color. Like I said, I like to go soft first and then add and build to the consistency or to the depth that I want. So, and it's okay. Sometimes you have to take, a little bit more time on it. But again, I just like to go light first and then just build. And here I am building. I'm adding more color, more purple, and I'm just going to do that until I get it to the consistency that I want. Now this color is actually really pigmented. I'm just not putting a whole lot on. And if I was to go up with that primer a little bit higher, it would actually intensify that purple. But because I wanted to keep it really soft and spring-like, I just kept it where on my lid. So this is actually the blue from the Jaclyn Hill palette. This color is called Twerk. And it's from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm bringing that blue in just to add a little depth to the purple. It's going to really intensify the purple. So I'm bringing in more blue, more purple. And again, I'm just going to build until I get it where I want it. Now I'm going back in with that same Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to dust off first. I'm going to dust this powder off of my face first. And now this is one of my favorite products. It's the Pro Glide eyeliner pencil, gel eyeliner pencil from LA Girl. And this color is Mermaid Blue. So these are really, really good pencils because they're nice, smooth, creamy. They go on, they pack a lot of color, and they go on super, super smooth. They don't skip or drag. Now this one is, I think, Paradise Purple. So I'm going to pull that purple into that Mermaid Blue. And again, these colors are super soft and creamy, so they go on really nice and easy. And they're waterproof, so they don't budge. And I'm just going to put that on both eyes again, pulling that purple into that Mermaid Blue. And then the next color I'm actually going to use is going to be the Royal Blue in the same type pencil. It's the Gel Glide Eyeliner Pencil in Royal Blue by LA Girl. And I'm going to pull that all the way into my crease just a little bit and pull it up around the corner of my eye to pull all three of those colors in. Now you can't tell because my eyes are so tiny and squinty, but I actually pulled that color down quite far. Now I'm going to go back in with that same purple from that BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to smudge those colors out with the purple. And I'm going to do that on both eyes. And that just creates, you know, a little bit more depth under the eye. I usually use black under my eye all the time, but this particular time I did not want to use black because I just wanted to keep it light and very springy. And I'm going to go back in that same Jaclyn Hill palette, and there's a deep smoky burgundy in there, and I'm going to use that to go up under my eyelid. I'm sorry, right above the eyelid in the crease area, as well as under the eye, just to give it like a lot of depth, a lot of warmth to it. Just warm it up a little bit. Still keeping it light and springy, but just keeping it warm. Now I'm going to go in with my contour. And this is a light contour again. Since it's spring, I didn't want anything too heavy. And I'm not going to be doing any videos today. Not videos, but I'm not going to be doing any strategic filming or any heavy lighting in terms of photographs or anything. So I'm not going to do that heavy of a contour. Now I'm putting a little blush on the apples of my cheeks and right above my cheekbone. Just to bring in a little color because we don't want it to look too flat. And I do it on my forehead, that same contour color I used. I'm putting it on my forehead to kind of bring some dimension back into my face. There along my chin, my jawline. Creating a nice contour there. Now I'm adding that same palette, the Jaclyn Hill palette. I took one of the browns out of there. And all I'm doing is just kind of warming up my eyebrow, helping to set that powder. I'm sorry, using the powder to set the pencil. Now here I'm just adding a bronzer, a highlighter on my cheekbones. And I'm using the color Gilt out of our Glowing palette we sell here at the store. It's by Okalon. And I'm just putting that on my high points of my cheekbone. Then I'm going to do the bridge of my nose, forehead, upper lip, and chin. And I really, really love that color because it's not too harsh, but you can always layer it if you want it to be more of a harsher highlight. I'm adding a little mascara. I'm using the CoverGirl Lash Blast in black just before I apply my false lashes. Because, of course, you can't have eyes this beat without lashes. Now, this is my favorite pair of lashes. These are the Wispies by Ardell. So I'm just applying those nice and quick. And they really work well with my eye shape. So I'm adding just a little bit more mascara, which I typically don't do to falsies, but it's okay. Now, this is the Epic Ink Liner by NYX, and I'm just pulling a little bit of that in right there at the corner of my eyes to kind of tie in the false lashes. Take a look, make sure everything is nice and neat and even. It looks good. Now I'm just adding, actually I added first the Addis Ababa, the soft cream, matte lip cream from NYX. And then on top of it, I'm putting the Pink Lust. This is a NYX Liquid Suede, which is a super intense, highly pigmented liquid lipstick. But I really, really love that color because it's bright and pink and it shows up extremely well. So this is our finished look. Oh, I'm going to add a little bit of gloss on top of that just to give it a sexy little pout. And that's the Intense Butter Gloss. All right. This is our finished product. What do you guys think? I think it turned out well. Okay, you guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you don't mind, please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to doing another video with you guys. Love you, dolls.